But why am I failing at all this? Because I go to work every day. Because I'm a mom every day. Because I'm a wife every day. Because I'm an auntie every day. Because I'm a sister every day. Because I'm a friend every day. Because there are other things that are a part of my life that are not surrounded around the weight loss and the getting healthy. But at the same time, truth be told, the weight loss and the getting healthy is the number one thing alongside of what I have written down here, reading my Bible every day. And reading my Bible, I know the Lord is like, girl, you just forgot about me. Okay, y'all. Today is Sunday, April the 13th, and I am exhausted. I am, I'm just exhausted. I'm exhausted. So I decided to I was like, I decided to just go ahead and record an update video or just a overall progress and how this journey is going so far video from my room because I am exhausted. I'm exhausted. It's 4 o'clock on Sunday. I haven't left my house. I do have to leave and go pick up some medicine for Austin, but that is why I'm so exhausted. So, not to go into all these details about it, but as you know, I always talk about it. He do have type 1 diabetes. But what had happened was Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. For the last 5 days, he's been gagging. I don't know what's wrong with him. I don't know what's wrong with him. It did start off with like some type of a virus because he had a fever. Well, he didn't have a fever. He had something called ketones, which you get when you are fighting an infection, typically if you're sick and you have diabetes. But anyway, I'm not here to talk about that because I've given that over to the Lord. Every time he gags, I say the blood of Jesus. But yeah, I'm so serious. Like he hasn't vomited or nothing, but he keeps gagging. So as a mom, I'm concerned. But as a child of God, I'm giving it to him. And I don't know when the Lord gonna come in and stop it, but I trust that he is. So anywho, as I've been tracking the journey and as you guys have been leaving comments and things, there are so many different things that are like coming into play when it comes down to trying to lose weight, especially at 39 years old versus trying to lose weight when I was 24 or when I was 14 even. Like it's just so different now. So I just wanted to talk about some of the things that I know that I have to change, and I have to change ASAP if I want to start really seeing some progress. Because this last week I lost weight, but I lost like literally 0.6 pounds. Like I went from weighing 244.6 to 244. And one would say, oh, okay, girl, that 0.6, at least you ain't gaining. True. But 0.6, that ain't about nothing. That's 60 cents. That's not even $1. Okay, so no, it's no, and there are some things that I know for a fact, and I'm gonna list the things that you guys have been putting in my comments, the things I've been hearing from other people, external, whatever it may be, things I've been researching. The number one thing that I know that I'm dropping the ball with is water. And I will say, like, don't come for me about, the I'm just gonna be like, don't come for me about not drinking water will have an effect on a lot of things, including like your urine and all the other things. But I drink water, but I drink it in other ways. But at the same time, man, it used to be a time where I would go at least 2 or 3 days without some water. So, but I would get it some other kind of way, obviously through fruit or whatever. But essentially, the number one thing that I know I'm dropping the ball with is this water intake. Like, I might drink 1 bottle of water a day, or I might drink some water if I'm taking my medicine. And that's just not gonna fly. Like, that's not gonna fly no more. Like, I gotta make an intentional, serious commitment to just drinking water all week long, all day long. Like, I gotta take it day by day. That's one thing that I know I'm dropping the ball with drastically. Another thing is, I mentioned it on another video because this lady at the boot camp told me about it, and I think somebody mentioned it in the comments. TDEE calculator or whatever it may be. So I did go to the calculator and took a look at it. So basically what it is it tells you what your maintenance calories are and what your calories are that you should be eating to lose weight. And I did find that out. And it also took into consideration like how much I'm exercising too. Like it did it so if you were exercising 1 day a week or if you're exercising like 4 days a week. So if I'm exercising 4 to 5 times a week, it's telling me that my maintenance calories are 2,641 calories. But in order for me to lose 1 pound a week, I would need to eat 2,141 calories. But in order for me to lose 2 pounds a week, which they labeled as extreme weight loss, I guess that's extreme, which would be 1,641. So for me, my sister always say that. For me, I am exercising 4 times a week. Because last week I did Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. I did 3 times a week. But I told y'all I was trying to do 4 times a week. I had to up it. But what I think I'm going to do is one of those days, I'm going to have to do a double. And that way it'll keep me with kind of 4 times or whatever. But anyway. And then the other calculator I saw, the other calculation that came up, is still, it was saying that if I'm only exercising 1 to 3 times a week, which more than likely that's what's happening, then in order for me to lose 1 pound a week, I need to eat 1,900 calories. In order to lose 2 pounds a week, 1,400 basically. So at my age of 39. So basically, that's another thing that I'm failing at because I'm not tracking my calories at all. As y'all know, what I'm actually doing is not probably eating enough, and my body is holding on to whatever it's holding on to, because if I'm waking up at 7 a.m., 8 a.m., and I'm not eating until like 11, it's 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I've been in starvation an extra 4 hours, and that's not what my body wants. That's not what my body wants. So that's another thing, like I'm failing at, I'm dropping the ball at during this weight loss journey. Another thing, I think it ties into this calorie counting, but tracking what I'm eating on the food app, like Lose It or like MyFitnessPal or whatever it may be. Now, I prefer Lose It. I've used that in the past. So what I did do is I did re-download it, but I still haven't tracked nothing on it over the past, 4 days that I've downloaded it. So I need to do that. Like, I'm not tracking nothing. I write it down, but I don't write it down every day. So here I am, just truthfully, in this weight loss journey, the best thing that I'm doing, like the most intentional thing that I'm doing, or the most consistent thing I'm doing right now, I think, is exercising. And that's important, but from what they say, it's not the end all be all. It's 80% diet. And if I'm dropping the ball diet, then no wonder I'm only losing 0.6 pounds or whatever. Anyway, so that's another thing. Another thing, the meal prepping. Whew. The meal prepping is gonna turn me up, which is why I'm just have to buy a meal prep system. But at the same time, I don't know why I'm acting like it's so difficult. I did prep some oatmeal. Okay, so what you're looking at is my 3 days of oatmeal meal prep, which I know that's a little bit, but 3 days is better than no days. Okay, so what I put in here, I put oatmeal, Greek yogurt, frozen fruit, that's protein powder, stevia, cashews, and some the vegan butter or whatever it's called. But anyway, I put that in all of them, and then I didn't put any milk in it, because I'm gonna put the almond milk in it every day and heat it up. Oh, and did I put stevia? Yeah, I said stevia. So I think it's how many ingredients? So you got oatmeal, I'm cooking. Oatmeal, frozen fruit, Greek yogurt, protein powder, cashews, stevia, butter, and almond milk. So that's 8 ingredient oatmeal, and it's gonna taste really good, and it's gonna helpfully get me to eating my breakfast early in the morning. So this is for Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, right? Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and I'll redo it again for Thursday and Friday. But whew, it's a start, and it looked real cute or whatever. But you know, it did not take me that long. It took me literally like 10 minutes. So you know, shame on me for acting like it's a big deal. And the truth be told, the other stuff shouldn't take that long neither. So, but for real though, if I know that my struggle is in the morning, trying to hurry up and get ready for my day, and then I take too long eating. If I have these jars of oatmeal pre-ready, then and they look good, and I know they taste good because I've had them before. Oh, did I put some cinnamon in those? I think I put cinnamon in them, but I forgot to say that when I recorded the video. But anyway, the point is they taste good, they're filling, and all of the stuff. So that's another thing, that I'm dropping the ball on, that I know that I need to do. And now, can I do all this at once? No. I'm not trying to. I'm already anyway. So, all right. So you got the water, you got the calorie counter, you got tracking and everything on the app, you got meal prepping, exercising 4 times a week. That is the next thing I wanted to say, because truthfully, I'm not really feeling at that. I'm doing pretty good at that. Like, I'm 1,000% exercising 3 days a week. 4 days a week is nothing. Now I am starting to babysit a little bit, trying to help my family members a bit, but at the same time, that I can do 4 days a week. Like, I can do it. And then the last thing that I'm feeling at, which I keep talking about, and y'all, I know that y'all just got to bear with me. And if you are like this, like, let me know, because I can't be the only one who do this. I can't be the only one who be tripping like this. I can't be the only one who know better but don't do better. But anyway, the walking every day. Like, I was doing the walking so much better before I started the boot camp. But because I thought, okay, I'm doing the boot camp, I'm doing spinning, whatever. I shouldn't have to walk like that. But no, clearly you still do. And truth be told, now the weather is about to be good. I should be able to just get outside and do it too. Now, when I say the weather about to be good, because here it is, April. So I got the whole month of April, which I know we already halfway through. So I got April, May, June, July, August, September, and I'm gonna say October. That's 7 months of good weather, nice, decent weather for me to walk outside. Okay, and I got a treadmill in my house, and I sometimes get on it, but the walking outside, clearing my mind for 30 minutes, I better quit playing with myself and acting like that's not a possibility, because it is a possibility. But nonetheless, your girl feeling at it. But anyway, again, in my other thought process is like, why am I feeling at this? I'm feeling at all this, and I wrote this down, y'all, because I be just thinking. But why am I feeling at all this? Because I go to work every day. Because I'm a mom every day. Because I'm a wife every day. Because I'm an auntie every day. Because I'm a sister every day. Because I'm a friend every day. Because there are other things that are a part of my life that are not surrounded around the weight loss and the getting healthy. But at the same time, truth be told, the weight loss and the getting healthy is the number one thing, alongside of what I have written down here, reading my Bible every day. And reading my Bible, I know the Lord is like, girl, you just forgot about me. In which I'm not trying to do that. So I did read it Saturday night. I did read it while I was sitting on the couch, and I was like, I gotta just make sure that I give him my time and everything. And it's just like, I'm just in another stage in my life. I'm in a new season, in a sense where I'm not doing this life without Christ. I'm not doing it. There's too many things that my own being cannot handle on my own. And I'm not going to try to. And I know it was some person who was like, I'd rather live this life, believing in Christ and believing in God, and trusting in his word, and I die and it's no God, than have suffered and just tried to live in this world with not believing in nothing, and just kind of just having a miserable life, essentially. Because the truth be told is, I'm like, everything isn't what I want it to be, but I can say that I feel joy because I have God in my life. Like I feel joy. I feel joy. And I had even told my husband this one day because I was talking about my daddy and I was like, man, I was like, daddy might not have had everything he wanted in life. And I said, but I can say my daddy was happy. Like I felt it. I felt his happiness. I felt his enjoyment being around the kitchen table with us and his kids and just us adult kids. I felt the happiness in his soul. I just felt it. You know what I'm saying? And I try to bring that same happiness to my kids, you know, to my family, to my niece, Annalise, and, you know, to the people that's in my life. So this isn't really like a complainy type video, but this is a video for me to say, okay, there are some things I'm feeling at. So if y'all think that I'm trying to do all this in the same week, like I'm trying to get the water together, I'm trying to exercise 4 days a week, I'm trying to walk every day, I'm trying to track all my calories. No, like we one thing at a time over here. We one thing at a time over here because a friend of mine always would say, and this would register in my brain. She would be like, "Where's the fire? Where's the fire? Like, what's the rush? What's the rush?" So that's how I feel. So for real, my priority this coming week is water. Water, water. Of course, I'm going to continue to try to do the 4 days a week because I'm already doing 3 days a week. And I'm going to continue to, what was it? I am going to try to like walk more. But at the same time, the number one thing on my list right now is reading my Bible and drinking some water. Because I feel like going to exercise is already in my routine. It's already in my routine, you know. So, anyway, that's my update for today. I think I mentioned what the date it was, but if not, it's Sunday. It's the middle of April. I'm not sure when this will be posted, but I appreciate y'all following along with my journey. I hope that I'm inspiring you. I hope that I'm motivating you to start your own journey. I hope that me keeping it, 100 and me being realistic about like what this really looks like is making you feel like, oh, I'm not alone in this, and I'm not just some loser. Nah, you're not. So now I have to go take care of my kids' medicine. Like I said, I'm exhausted. I'm tired. That's why I'm in the bed. I do want to finish watching this movie, but I don't want to wait the last minute to go get his medicine, get him situated. But if you are a believer, please keep him in your prayers, because something is wrong with him, and I'm not sure what it is, but I do believe deliverance is on the way. I do believe that. So y'all have a good one, and until next time.